Hello Green Tree Python Keepers, my name is Webster Wheeler. I was just in my office listening to some tunes and decided I'd like to make a video about keeping rats because in many Green Tree Python keepers hobby over time you may find that you might want to breed rats yourself if you don't already do it. Some reasons for breeding your own rats are to save a bit of money, although that's not the main reason. I would say reasons such as the quality of the rats you're going to be able to produce, the life of the rats you're going to be able to give them, treating them well and whatnot, feeding them well, as well as being able to ensure that you have a continuous supply of rats for feeding your green tree pythons, and also perhaps to make sure that you're not getting rats that are contaminated by things such as mite sprays that I've run into in the past, or just parasites, rat mites, and possibly even snake mites. So for all these reasons, many years ago I decided to breed my own rats. I bred rats both commercially and as a hobbyist, and there's two different ways to do it. Commercially, it's what you'll find generally on the internet. This involves racks of rats, which if you have a whole collection and you're a avid breeder of snakes, then yeah, you're going to need lots of rats. But if you're just a green tree python keeper, then you probably only need a couple of rats, maybe half a dozen a month. And you can easily produce this many on your own, but I wouldn't advise going the commercial route. This video is going to be very different from most rat breeding videos because I've evolved. And this is what I've come up with. First we start off with a Rubbermaid bin, and I'm just going to adjust the camera a bit so that you can see that. I'll keep talking. Here's your standard Rubbermaid. It's not a standard Rubbermaid bin, but a Rubbermaid bin. And I'm going to give you the dimensions on the bin right now, just so you know about what size it is. It's basically 30 inches long by 20 inches wide, and just trust me on the height. It's about 18 inches high. Okay. This is the bin I keep my rats in. And this is going to be a bit of a reverse video because this is a bin of rats I need to clean, and I'm going to show you how I clean the rats as a hobbyist. And professionally, you might want to do it differently, have vacuum cleaners, whole wet shop vacs and that sort of thing. But I'm just going to show you how I do it. It's easy as a hobbyist, and the rats are not disturbed as much. Okay, so you'll also notice I have a lid on the bin. And the first thing you'll immediately notice when I open the bin is that it's pretty much self-contained. I have a food dish down here, a water bottle over here, and this is how the rats get ventilation. There's holes in the side of the bin, and through those holes is just a rolled up piece of hardware cloth. I've cable tied these together, but actually I found you don't even need to do that. Just the pressure of the wound hardware cloth against the side of the bin will hold it in place. The advantage to this is it allows airflow through the middle and down lower in your bin where the rats need it. I don't do this. because I don't have many rats. But if you wanted to, you could actually hook hoses up to either side and have a fan just ventilating your bins doing that. Hey rats, you'll also notice that my rats are very friendly. This is because I treat them very well. I don't mistreat them. Picking them up by the tail is not something they like at all. It terrifies them. So you want to avoid doing that unless it's an emergency. The way I pick my rats up is I just kind of scoop under them. Now they're not that used to being handled, so they're a little nervous, but I treat them very well. Another thing is when you let them go, when you scoop under your come here, man. Come here, sweetie. Come here. Come on. That's okay. Come here. Okay, when you scoop under them and let them go, don't just drop them. Let them walk away on their own. These little ones will be more friendly, I think. Come here, baby. Come here. They learn very quickly from each other, and I'm a bit nervous, and they sense that too. Okay, so that's the rats. I'm going to start the cleaning process. What I have is just a regular kitchen garbage bag. Oops, sorry, rats. I'm sorry, babies. That's okay. That's okay, sweeties. That's okay. Come on. You're good. You're good, okay? You're all good. Okay, we're good. Okay, so I have a bag. I got some clips here that's going to make it easy for me to clean this thing out. My space is kind of limited, and so I have to make do with what I've got. Okay, so the first thing I do is I just move the rats out of the way, and I start grabbing the substrate and throwing it in the bag. And while I'm doing this, I'm also going to be talking to you about the rats. So I just use a regular pine substrate. A pine cedar substrate I find is okay too, but using a pure cedar substrate is not a good idea. You'll notice I'm just scooping the litter out from one side, letting the rats stay on the other side. Now, if you're a commercial breeder, you're going to be laughing at this because you're going to say, "Wow, this is terribly inefficient. Just grab these guys by the tail, throw them in another bin, dump this, and you're good to go. Put some more shavings in, grab them by the tail, throw them back. We'll get over it." Well, they will, but they won't be nice rats. And the thing is, rats that bite you, that you're afraid of, they're not fun to have. So those kind of, and I've been breeding rats for years. This is my own family of rats that I've had, and they're tame because I treat them well, and any with really aggressive tendencies I just get rid of. You'll notice there's multiple generations of rats in here. This is a young rat. This is an older female. This is an older female here, and then I've got little baby rats down in here. These were all raised together. I don't have a male right now because what I do is, in order to ensure that I have fresh breeding stock, because every once in a while, and when I start getting too many babies, I just get rid of the male. And then the female stop producing babies, and you're good to go for a while. I keep a few baby males, and when they get big enough, then they start breeding with their mothers. It's called line breeding. Okay, so you'll notice I've gotten most of this out of here. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to clear this out right here. You'll also notice there's no real wet spots in here. And the way I achieve that is I put a reptile heating pad, low-watt reptile heating pad underneath the bin. That gives them a warm spot on cold nights, and it also dries out the substrate, which is great because wet substrate leads to ammonia, all kinds of nasty things, problems. respiratory infections in your rats, all kinds of things. Okay, so I've gotten most of that out. What I'm going to do now is I've got a bin of fresh shavings. Okay, so I'm just going to take this bin here. Alright, we're going to put some fresh shavings in. Okay, we're going to move all these back here, of course. Leaving a few things in there. It's not going to hurt anything. It keeps the smell of their smell in there, so they kind of don't worry about adjusting too much to a new box. Okay, so I got some shavings on that side. We're just gonna clean out our, watch out, mousy, so ratty. Come on, out here. Here's a little male black rat. I've selectively bred for white and black rats. I like that combination. It's just my own idiosyncrasy, but that's all right, I suppose. I hope so. Anyways, I'm about done getting out all these shavings. Come over here, rat. There we go. All right, and I'm just gonna fill this up again. New shavings. Alright, there you go, ratties. There we go, ratties. There's about, I'd say 2 to 3 inches of shavings. That's good. That'll last you about a week or so. You clean it more often if it gets a little smelly. But usually it doesn't smell too bad. Another thing is if you connect hoses to this, you can vent it from the outside, which is good. Alright, so you'll also notice my rats don't try and escape too much because they like me. They're comfortable in their house. I don't do things. I try and treat them very nicely, you know. Okay, so now I'm just going to get rid of this bag of dirty shavings, tie it off. That will go in the garbage. And then I'm going to cover what I feed my rats. And that'll be it for this video. Well, there we go. Alright, so here's the food dish. Just going to put it over here. Watch out, ratties. Move. Oh, come on, move. Okay, so I feed them a combination of pelleted dog food. And it's got reasonable, get out of there, rats. It's got a reasonable amount of protein and fat. It's about 25% protein, about 12% fat. That's these pellets right in here. I also feed them oatmeal, which is cheap. I feed them wild bird feed, which has corn and millet, barley in it. As well as you can give them pasta, this macaroni, some dried fruit. Dried fruit's kind of expensive, so usually what I'll do is I'll get fruits that are on sale. They like apples, and the apples don't mess up the shavings too much. So as far as fruits, apples, or maybe, I don't seem to care for grapes a whole lot, but your rats may be different. But anyways, apples work good for me. I feed them greens like dandelions and bok choy, and treats like I'll give them roasted peanuts once in a while in the shell, and there's even some, I think there's, well, sometimes there's roasted peanuts in my mix. Otherwise I'll just throw it in as a treat. I don't know, the rats are, they're digging around in this substrate. I've got one. Rats learn very quickly from other rats, so I had one rat that started digging for some reason, and then all the other rats started digging. Rats are very friendly. They're very social. Males may fight, so that's why I'll either, when I want to, I'll cycle out an older male and let younger males grow up. Females get along well with each other. You can play games with your rats, like you can pick them up and sort of let their tails slide through your hand. They do like that. Baby ones are really good at it. And it's a game I like to call gotcha, where you just go, gotcha rat, gotcha rat, gotcha rat, gotcha rat. And if you twist them around, disorient them a little bit, they're fascinated by it. Gotcha rat, gotcha. Anyways, just be good to them, tickle them on the bellies, that sort of thing. And you'll be able to really enjoy your rats. These mothers here, they're pregnant, so they're going to have babies probably in a couple of weeks. I took the male out after they had bred with him. This is another generation here, these guys. And then these babies here are the latest, but they'll have pinkies right in here. They'll make a nest, and generally they look after them pretty good. I love keeping rats. They're great as feed for your animals and as pets. Wonderful animals. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, how about giving me a like? And if you think there's some good ideas, feel free to share it with your friends. Thanks very much for watching, and bye for now.